Obviously, the big story today is the $1 billion settlement, or not settlement, I should say, award to a bunch of these parents who were subjected to AlexJones repeatedly claiming that they were crisis actors and that it was fake and nothing ever happened there. And it's really important to understand that there's two things going on here with this. And I think, obviously the lawyer can speak to this, but he's doing the work of the NRA in this instance. He's doing this, he does it obviously to make money, but he's also doing the work of the NRA. This denial of these mass shootings comes out of to stoke a fear that the government is coming to take your guns away. I mean, that's what this is. That's what the root of these things are. So there's a political element to this, obviously, and then there's just this element of it's defamation, right? I mean, this is not, and people should be clear. He's not paying because he put out misinformation. He's putting out because he defamed these people who were not celebrities, not known, and caused them irreparable harm in their lives.
After a significant irreparable harm had been committed on their lives.
Subjected them to harassment, death threats. Many of these parents had to move. There was a parent that I know took their own life in the wake of this and was a subject of AlexJones' harassment. So it doesn't get more despicable than what he's done. So he deserves every cent that he's going to have to pay these people.
Absolutely. And, we'll talk to the lawyer and find out, how does a guy who doesn't have $1 billion pay $1 billion? But here is AlexJones. He was on his show when the verdict was announced. And what analysts of this case and his first case have been saying is that at one point it seemed like he abandoned a legal strategy when he realized he was just going to lose, and sort of switched into a strategy of I'm going to try and just make the money up on my show.
Yeah.
And then I think when this verdict came down, he realized there is no amount of vitamins that I'm going to sell that are going to...
You're being kind by even calling them vitamins, Sam.
Well,
supplements, brain force or whatever, just which one's brain force?
Taking so much brain force, I have to pay $1 billion in damages.
So understand, this is the subtext that when you're watching him hear the verdict in real time, or I should say the awards in real time, because I think he thought it was going to be much less, and that he could dig himself out of this hole. Let's play that clip.
Damages to plaintiff Erica Lafferty.
Okay, so this is going to take hours and hours to hear about the billions and billions and billions I owe. Let's put up Drudge Report right now for people. $1 billion owed by AlexJones. I personally don't have $2 million. The company's almost completely out of money. We're in bankruptcy. There's 2 appeals. It'll take years. There's caps on almost all of this. This is just completely, absolutely made up. And now the Democratic Party run, CNN bought it years ago. Literally, I was told that. Drudge Report is just up there celebrating this. They want to scare everybody away from freedom and scare us away from questioning Uvalde and what really happened there, or Parkland or any other event. And guess what? We're not scared, and we're not going away, and we're not going to stop. And literally, for hundreds of thousands of dollars, I can keep them in court for years. I can appeal this stuff. We can stand up against this travesty, against the billions of dollars they want. It's a joke. So please go to InfoWarsStore.com and get Vitamin Mineral Fusion, get X3, get all the great products.
Everyone.
That are there that keep us on air at InfoWarsStore.com. or 888-253-3139. You want somebody to fight? We're going to get attacked for doing it. You want somebody to stand up? It's going to happen. They're going to come after us.
So you got to take every pill
It's
I
okay,
offer.
because we're here.
All at once.
It's okay that Tim Cook runs death camps because he's gay. Remember that. So these are monsters, a dead system, the things that can demonize me, the head populist, and that'll make you all go away and be scared. But you're not scared. You're going to stand up. Flood us with donations at SaveInfoWars.com. Hundreds of thousands of dollars can beat their millions of Democratic Party money and all their frauds. And get products at InfoWarsStore.com. Like Vitamin Mineral Fusion and X3, 50% off, promo code 1776, and that will save you another 10%.
Well, I mean, those supplements, he makes a lot of money off of those. I saw the Washington Post wrote this up, but that he, in 2 years, made $168 million, or $65 million from 2016 to 2018. That's what InfoWars raked in. So it's not... Like, he's going to still have to pay a substantial amount of money. Him saying he doesn't have $2 million is hilarious. Yeah. Like, I guarantee you he's bought some gold bricks or put some cash in the backyard so it's not detectable. There's no he's going to have to pay a lot of money still.
Can we also appreciate how he called himself the head populist?
Yes. And it also, you know, I mean, it speaks to his audience that this is all Democrats' money that is funding this, these lawsuits, right? Like, I mean, he could have framed it as the one world government people again. There's multiple things he could have framed it as. However, he frames it in the context of the Democratic Party, which is, I think it's worth noting because I think it indicates a change in his audience that has taken place over the
promo
years.
code is 1776. I mean, that says all you need to know there. I'm the head patriot. Buy my silver supplements.
Yeah.
We're not. We're going to fight, and we're going to fight by you purchasing all sorts of. You have no idea what's in those pills. You have no idea.
If you have diarrhea, that's just a part of the fight.
It's like a donation multiplier, like saying like your $1 beats $10 of the Democrats.
Exactly.
If you give it in Bitcoin.
But we are we're waiting here now. I'm still waiting for the guest to show up. Anticipating hopefully Mark Bankston, who is the attorney for the next round. There were 3 different cases, 2 in Texas, 1 in Connecticut. The big thing too we should note about the Connecticut case, there is no cap on tort awards in Connecticut. There is a cap. This is my understanding in Texas. And so the amount of money in that first case that he'll have to pay is capped theoretically or literally. That is not the case in the Connecticut award. So that's a big difference in terms of like the jurisdictions. That's why if you're the defendant in that instance, like Jones, you want to do it in Texas.
Yeah.
All right, let's
makes sense.
Let's play the clip of the jury because I'm still waiting here, looking around, and support staff is a little thin around.
All right. Well,
so let's.
Do you want me to set this up?
Yeah, please.
So here is another clip about the fallout of this AlexJones trial. This is a part of his live stream where, again, he's trying to monetize this situation to the best of his abilities so that he has the funds to actually pay the up to $1 billion that he was found to have been liable for in terms of the financial damages necessary for the parents that he defamed. And he's just doing full-on Carnival Barker stuff here, shouting and cheering every time the verdict is read for the different sums of millions that he's going to have to be forced to pay here.
To plaintiff Robbie Parker, a defamation/slander damages, past and future, $60 million.
Yeah.
Emotional distress damages, past and future, $60 million. Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Robert Parker and against AlexJones and Free Speech Systems at line A and line B, total $120 million.
Yeah.
Controlled by jury.
Yeah.
To plaintiff David Wheeler, A, defamation/slander damages, past and future, $25 million. B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $30 million.
Yeah.
Total fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff David Wheeler and against AlexJones and Free Speech Systems at line A and line B, $55 million.
Yeah.
Initials.
Never said their name, don't know who they are.
To plaintiff Francine Wheeler, A, defamation/slander damages, past and future, $24 million.
Yeah.
B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $30 million.
Yeah.
Fair, just, and reasonable damages to plaintiff Francine Wheeler and against Alex Jones and Free Speech Systems at line A and line B, total $54 million.
Yeah.
By juror number 1. To plaintiff Jacqueline Barden, A, defamation/slander damages, past and future, $10 million. B, emotional distress damages, past and future, $18,800,000.
Good.
Total fair, just, and reasonable.
That's one way to
on like
deal with
that.
it.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's nervous.
That clip is almost 8 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, cope, fine, right? Like, he's just trying to make it into some. He's trying to look like the big guy for his audience, as if none of this actually matters. I'm totally not owned here. Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, and I think part of it is the strategy that he had abandoned the whole legal aspect of this, right?
To avoid discovery. I mean, that was part of it, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I think in this instance,
yeah.
Yes, in this instance, my understanding is he basically did not contest whether he was guilty or not and went immediately into the award phase. I think he just realized, like in Texas, if he couldn't win in Texas, he was not going to win in Connecticut. And, this is basically the Newtown shooting happened more or less, San Diego, well, I don't know how many miles, but it's basically your backyard, right? I mean, it's in Connecticut. And so I think he realized he was going to lose the question as to whether he was liable and go right to how much is it. And, you don't act this way in public, again, mocking the whole thing and the people. Like, I never said their name. If you think that you're going to win a trial in Texas, you're doing that because you have shifted strategies to, I'm just going to try and ride this out for the rest of my life. And I don't know. I mean, hopefully we get the lawyer, Mark Bankson, who's representing these families down in Texas.
We do have another clip, though, that you might enjoy.
From
here, Sam.
just about a half hour ago, AlexJones was on Crowder's show, and he has an interesting reason for not worried about the size of the damages.
Interesting. All right, let's see this.
You have the rhinos, the neocons, the rabid left allied together against the populist uprising of nationalist Americans who are peacefully trying to take our country back. So I'm way more concerned about nuclear war. I'm way more concerned about financial collapse. I mean, here's a good point, Stephen. Quite frankly, the way inflation's going, the way it accelerates towards Weimar Republic or Zimbabwe, in 10 years, there's such inflation, $1 billion will be like $1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, at the current rate we're at here, so no.
Oh. Hey, I mean, have to. He does not have to worry about that. Hey, it's just numbers on a page, right? And it doesn't mean anything. It could mean $1 if it means $1 billion.
Well, he also raises a good point about inflation. That for people with loans at fixed rates, that is inflation is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why bankers don't like inflation, because it diminishes the value of the loans that they made prior to the inflation kicking in. But yeah, I don't think it's going to work that way.
No.
I don't think it's going to work that way. But if that's what you need to tell yourself, I would say, more power to you. That's great. You'll be able to, hopefully, if you're lucky, inflation will shoot up to 1,000,000%.
Yeah, what would that inflation rate need to be for in 10 years, $1 billion equals $1,000? If anybody mathematically inclined can sort that out for us.
Come on, Jerome Powell. Help me out here, buddy.
Be printing some money.
Exactly. But it is also, the rallying around this guy by people on the right, the fact that he's trying to sort of drape himself in this sort of like nationalist, populist movement, like they're all congealing, right? Like it really is. It is fascinating to see sort of like how that is, because I'm this is the same week that Tulsi Gabbard gave up the ghost and wound up exactly where we all anticipated she would be. And remember, we're only like 6 weeks out from when Glenn Greenwald did his promotional interview with AlexJones to promote the documentary about AlexJones.
Whole media spectacle around that.
Well, I mean, he even said, like, I know people want me to ask you hard questions, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, that'd be boring.
And also, you're very charming and handsome.
But I mean, it is interesting to see the way this is developing, and it really, in many respects, AlexJones is going to get more and more extreme. He is going to focus on developing a deeper relationship with the audience he has now, right? Like, I mean, he's not looking for growth. He is looking for a deeper relationship. He's sort of like in what the Trump mode is, with playing the Q theme song at his rallies.
Right.
The idea is that with for Trump, with an immovable 30% of the population, even 30% of the Republican Party, with an immovable chunk like that, you can win, and you can drain them of cash, and that's what AlexJones is going to attempt to do. And that money is really just going to go towards making him deal with the fact that he's going to be short of cash.